Alright, so I know it's been a few weeks since I did my last What Sold video, but I've been sick since December 16th, so um that's why there hasn't been any What Sold videos. Definitely feeling better over the last couple of days. Should have asked Santa for some antibiotics that would have made me feel better sooner, but you know, is what it is. Just ended up toughing it out. So we're gonna go over everything that is sold since pretty much mid-December till now, the new year, and then I'm gonna show you what I did last year on eBay. I'll show you my performance and sales tab. See, still got a bit of a cough every once in a while, but probably gonna do it multiple times now that I'm gonna be talking for a while, for the next 20 minutes. So starting off with this little Louisville Fire kind of badge style patch, $4.99. Almost thought I had lost this. It fell out in the file cabinet drawer, and luckily I was able to find it. Next is Isotoner women's memory foam slippers, size 8.5 to 9. Sold it for $22.99 free ship. This came, as you see, on the Sam's Club pallet. And then this one, the buyer had a very specific order. It needed to arrive by, I think, December 18th. I think it was. And I did end up upgrading it to priority because it was only like a dollar or two more to guarantee that it did arrive before then. They ordered it, I want to say, with like 2 weeks time, and I didn't expect with Ground Advantage for it to not arrive, but just upgraded it to priority just to be safe for the extra, like dollar or two. It was not much. So that was good. Next is Kansas City, Kansas Fire Department patch. This is a big patch, as you can see, and these very useful photos. $6.99. I only sold this dollar ship, which was a mistake. Probably when I went and switched everything over to standard envelope is probably where I messed up on this and only put it for the dollar, because I did end up sending this Ground Advantage. I was not going to send it standard envelope. I think it's too big to send it that way, so I did not do that. Next is this little Lego Harry Potter set. Sold it for $47.99 free ship. Sold it in hours, instantly. I was at Walmart and happened to be in the in the Lego aisle, looking at clearanced out Legos, and I seen this. I'm pretty sure there was only one of them. I ran the comps and seen that it was, that it should sell, but it was kind of, it would be something that would sell fast, but it was a slim margin. I ended up making, I think, like $9 on it. I paid, I think, about $23 for it. Just seen the receipt. And then cost of shipping. Went to California, of course. So it cost just a little bit more. But like I said, I still made like $9 in an hour. In a few hours. There was other sets, but there just wasn't any money in it after shipping. There was another Harry Potter one, but I didn't think the numbers on it would work. The sell-through on this was kind of a bit slow, but I priced it down, I think, a couple bucks just to help push it, just to get it sold. Next, Oxnard, California Fire, $6.99. Next, this little DG Productions RG&E truck, GMC kick bucket little truck. This is a cool truck. I actually contemplated keeping it for myself. Got this at Goodwill for it was $6. I just seen the it was $6 at a Goodwill, and I knew it's something that I grabbed because I figured that I was probably going to keep it for myself, but then I decided to look it up and seen that these trucks go for like $30-$40, and there was no RG&E, which is Rochester Gas and Energy. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I was kind of just assuming, actually. And then I figured, well, whatever. I'll throw it up there. I know this is something that'll take a while to find that right buyer, but it'll do good. So like I said, I decided not to keep it. Sold it for 35 plus 10 chip, and it did end up going back to, I think, Fairport, which is close enough to Rochester. Next is this little Aston Martin 3x5 banner flag, whatever you'd like to call it. Sold that for out on offer $11.69. This came from the Millennial Prophet mystery box. Next, I sold. You'll see is all the rest of the PS games that I bought. So this one I think in particular sold out on offer $30.59. Then the rest of them sold at full price. Next is this little Hoover Max Extract Dual 5 Carpet Cleaner Caddy thingy. Found this in found it in a dumpster, and I just grabbed it because I seen it had a little piece of wire. I figured I could, at minimum scrap it if I couldn't figure out what, scrap that tiny little piece, I guess, if I couldn't figure out what the hell this was. But luckily, with enough Google searching, I was able to figure out what the hell it was. It also had this paperwork with it, so that helped. But I actually forgot to put it in the package. I'm going to have to double check because I think it's been delivered by now. The buyer hasn't said anything about it, so. Not bad for something I got, like I said, out of the dumpster and didn't know what the hell I was looking at. Next was this little 3-pack of Nike women's lightweight training no-show socks. As you can see, I got them from Dick's for $9.72, part of some sale they were running, some flash sale. It was a lead that I found from the Bread and Butter Cook group. I seen the Dick's flash sale, and then this was one of the things that I bought when I was just kind of going through and just looking up whatever I could look up. This actually was not that great of a buy at $18 free ship. With like just the one, I only made like $2 or $3. It was not good. But luckily, the other, I did sell this again, and I sold it with the two of them, so that obviously helped make some more money. And like I said, there's the other two PS games. And of course, someone bought it the week of, that week before Christmas and wanted it for a Christmas gift, ship ASAP. And it was like the day before I want to say it was like the 18th or 19th. I'm pretty sure they ordered it, the 18th. And it obviously wasn't going to be shipped till the next day because they had ordered it so late. So I upgraded it to priority mail. It was only, an extra, $2, just so I could guarantee that it would arrive. And luckily, it was only going to Illinois, too, so it was not going very far. So, yeah, because I think the very last day of guaranteed Prime Day 2-day shipping, priority mail 2-day shipping was, I'm pretty sure, the 19th when this was bought. So, it did luckily arrive, I think, Friday or Saturday. So, it did arrive just in time. But I noticed, I think it was this one, I only sent it ground advantage. They didn't say anything, and it arrived, I think, the Tuesday after Christmas. Next, sold another one of these 3-packs of Dove deodorant. As you can see, 10 available, 12 available, 10 sold. I have 7 watchers on it. This came from that one Target palette with the other Degree deodorant. I wish now, looking back at it, that there was more of these, because these are selling much better than the men's deodorant. Next is this little International Association of Fire Chiefs. Sold it out on offer, 15% off, $11.04, because it's been around for such a long time. I've sent out offers on it multiple times, and I was finally able to sell it. I do still have some other pins in that. They are pins and buttons. Man, these things do not move at all. So, this I think I got, the lot I had bought it in had stuff in it that I wanted, so I was buying it anyways, regardless of not thinking of the resale. Next, South Kensington, Berlin, Connecticut. Fire, $6.99. Next is Rome, Georgia. Fire, $3.99. Next is this Trimmer Plus edger attachment. Sold it for $70. And I didn't realize I had calculated shipping on this. It was going to Florida. The buyer paid $40. I've been wondering why the hell it was taking so long to sell this. As you can see, I listed it in September, so fall. I figured it would sell. That I wasn't gonna have to hold on to this till spring, but I didn't realize I had calculated shipping on. So, and with my calculated shipping, I have it where you paid retail. So obviously, this being a fairly big box, shipping was gonna be pricey on it. So like I said, they paid $40 to send it FedEx, and I ended up sending it UPS for $20 because I had to go to UPS anyways because I had to do an Amazon return if I remember right. So no, I didn't have to do an Amazon return. No, I just wanted to send it UPS because it was $5 cheaper. Although I really want to say there was a reason I also was going to UPS for something else too. Anyways, here's the other two, the other socks. These two that sold together. Next was this other little fire department pin. It was just randomly in a lot of patches that I got. As you can see, the one pin on the back is bent. So, as you can see, it's just a very generic fire department pin. And again, I screwed up on this with only charging the $1 shipping. Like I said, it was probably when I was switching to standard envelope and then just didn't pay attention. Yeah. No, it says standard shipping Ground Advantage. Anyways, that was another mistake on my part. Next is Virginia State Police patch, $6.99. I've had this for a long ass time, I can tell you that. Finally sold it. Virginia State Police does not sell very well at all. Absolutely sit on it forever. Next is this Barbie Life in the City. I just priced it real cheap, $12.99 free ship. I've already made $1,000 on this pallet. I just wanted to get rid of this. But anyways, this wasn't even supposed to go on eBay. It was supposed to go to a guy in a local deal that my mom had made. So this should have just this ended up being forgotten about and didn't get taken downstairs because it was just loose. I had it sitting here at the house. It just got forgotten about, so it didn't end up. So I just threw it up on eBay just to get rid of it and be done with it. Next is this AquaTrue little pre-carbon filter stage 1 to 2. Sold at $20. Free ship. It was a new open box. I got this at a new thrift store that had opened up in town. They have another location in Buffalo, in Riverside, but I've never been to it myself. But one day we were out, and it was like, I think it's first or second day that it was open, and technically hadn't even officially opened yet. They hadn't announced it on their Facebook page that it was open yet. So like I said, it had only been open a day or two. So anyways, I found this for I think $8. 8 or not? No, I think it was 9 or 10 actually. And I did look it up, and it sold pretty good. I don't know. I was just not thinking very well because I made, I think, less than $1 on this. This was not a good buy. So I think it was because shipping I think ended up being like $7 or $8 on it. Then obviously with fees and paying $10 at $20, you're not making any money. So that was not a good purchase. Next, this Wagner Flexio 2500. This one was very used, as you can see. Finally got rid of that for, like I said, $25.99 plus 15 ship. And luckily I didn't end up having to send this to the other buyer in Jersey who bought the better one. That arrived very, very late. That was not my fault. That was the post office who lost it. Next is this NetPlants Eye Opener Computer NP1000 with keyboard. For parts and repair, as you can see, the screen is absolutely broken. But the interesting thing is, as you can kind of see in the background, if you press the things on the keyboard, and you see the keyboard's got nice and colorful as well. But if you press the buttons on the keyboard for these different tabs, it would actually work. It's just obviously the screen is very broken. So sold it for $45 plus 15 ship. And the video for this is literally the one that just dropped on Friday, is where I picked this up. I've seen if this was in better condition, this probably could have went for $100. I think 150 maybe, or I would have asked for at least 100. Because this is, I guess, kind of rare. There's not a whole lot listed and not a whole lot sold, so is what it is. It didn't matter. It was free, so it was all money. Next is this little VTech phone. $20 free ship. I got this from my very first quote unquote pallet that I bought, the Amazon coffin boxes. And I still have the main base as well. It was a phone set that was missing. Something was missing out of it. One of the bases or one of the phones was missing, so I decided to just part it out. So $20. Next is this little Windows XP professional baseball thing in this nice little case. It was actually still wrapped in plastic. I ended up taking the plastic off because it was kind of dirty, which I really didn't need to do. Probably could have just cleaned it, but sold it for $20 plus 6 ship, and this was another thing found in the dumpster. That'll be in a future video. There was also a bobblehead that I found with it that surprisingly hasn't sold yet, because the sell-through rate on both of these actually was very, very high, surprisingly. Next is Liberty Fire Company patch, $6.99. Next is this River Road Fire right here in Tonawanda, $7.99. Sold it locally actually to a guy who is a collector. He also runs FBNY, which is another firefighting documenting page, but they specifically focus on firefighting, whereas I cover both police and fire. One of the very few pages that covers police and fire in Erie County. Next is Riverside County Fire. Sold that for $7.99. Then this Tennessee IV Therapy Ambulance EMT patch for $4.99. Next, I sold one of these Degree 6-packs. Next is this Equate Blood Pressure 6500 series blood pressure cuff. As you can see, I had 2 of them. Sold it for $20. Next is DeKalb County Police, $5.99. This is Event Medical Services, $4.99. This little Ryobi 18-volt battery charger, $14 free ship. This is not that great. It only made a couple bucks, and there's a ton listed. Came with the Home Depot gas. The battery, I think it was just kind of just loose in the little Gaylord. And the battery that came with it, I'm pretty sure was dead. The battery was dead, but the charger was still good, so I figured whatever, I'll sell the charger. I don't need it. Next, sold one of my one of the remotes that I bought. I think this came from the Goodwill lot. This little Toshiba remote, $10 plus 5 ship. And as you can see, start time December 27th, because this was something that I ended up ending the listing and relisting, and then sold it a couple days later. Next is this Treasure X Robot Gold, lot of 12, the stored display box. Came from that Target pallet that I made I've made $1,000 on. It's it was one of the few things that was left. I think the only thing I have left from this pallet is this stupid sand that's only retails for $5 and nobody wants it. And I got cases and cases of it. That I think I'm just going to end up donating next year. Toys for Tots, have at it. Because absolutely nobody wants it. So, $40 plus 12 ship. Talking too much. Next is this Milltown Fire. Sold it for $5.99. It was actually the Fire Prevention Bureau. Next is Middleborough Fire, $7.99. Next is Indian Lake Fire, $5.99. The San Ramon Police, $3.99. And then here was the last thing that I sold in 2023. I sold 2 of these 6-pack of deodorant. So I just took the case pack box and slapped a label on it and sent it. very surprising last sale of 2023. And then the first thing that I sold in 2024 was this Fair Oaks Rescue 21, sold out on offer $10.79. And then sold another of the 3-pack of Dove. And then the best thing, this from the weekend, was I finally sold, after sending out plenty of offers, tons of views and all that, was this Uniden BCD 996P2 digital scanner. Sold it for $400, or no, I wanted $400 for it. Sold it out on offer for $387, which I'm pretty sure was the lowest you could offer. It was brand new, open box. I had bought it from Uniden Bearcat and didn't have them program it because I thought I could figure out how to program it. I could not figure out how to program it with FreeScan. Absolutely just could not figure it out. And I figured, well, what the hell? Instead of, I could have found someone. I know there's a guy locally who could have programmed it for me. Or I could have sent it back to Uniden and have them program it. But I figured, with I did the math of the cost to send it to Uniden to have them program it, that I might as well just sell this one. I might as well just buy a new one. That there literally would be, it'd cost like $100, so I'm better off just buying a new one and having them program it when I buy it is $75, because it's $75 to have them program it, and then I had to pay like $20 to ship it back, and I'm assuming I would have had to pay another like $10-15 to have it shipped to them. Anyways, I did lose money on this. It was not a money-making adventure, because I paid, I think, $380 for it, plus tax, plus shipping, on it. So, and I did buy a second one and had them program it. Had one of the DMR key put in as well when I bought it, since apparently it's now needed. Which it wasn't the first time when I bought it, so I don't know if the guy was BSing me or not, but he also, when he called me, did not sound very happy at all. It was not great customer service, I'll tell you that much. So, like I said, I lost some bucks on it, but it is what it is. Take that lesson and move on. Next was this Breezewood, Pennsylvania Fire. Sold it for $7.99. Then plus my normal standard shipping, but this actually is going international. It's going up to Canada, and I seen on my phone the buyer paid $18 all in, which is absolutely ridiculous. It does not cost anywhere near that much, and it shouldn't, at least for freaking taxes and shipping, to send it to Canada. Come on, I can send it with an international stamp, which costs like $1.50. So that's why I was a bit hesitant to do the international shipping. Because on patches, which is what the majority of my store is, it's a total ripoff. Which is why I think I've only ever sold, 2 patches internationally through this international program. Or yeah, because when they first switched the international shipping, you were automatically enrolled, I think, and then I had sold a patch, and then I seen what the guy paid for it, and then I decided, no, I'm taking this off, because it's absolutely, ridiculous. And they didn't have standard envelope back then, so it didn't, sending it without tracking anyways, it didn't matter. So, I think that's why I don't get more international sales on patches, because it just costs way too much. Alright, we're going to switch over. We're going to go over to the other account real quick before I go into my performance for the year. So, we're starting off with this Philly Police Crime Lab, $5.99. Maricopa County Sheriff, $4.99. This Metropolis Police Superman, $6.99. This Washington, D.C. hat patch. Sold 3 of these to a different person, not the other guy who had bought in 6 and 6. Different guy. Next is Juneau Police, $9.99. Potter County Sheriff in Texas, $9.99. It's Middletown Police Chief, $7.99. This is actually a very dangerous listing to have. I'm surprised it didn't get pulled by eBay. Next is Garden State Parkway patch. You can see very rough shape. $3.99 on that. The San Francisco Police hat patch, $4.99. This Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation, $7.99. Sold another one. This one I think I sold out on offer. No, it was the other one that sold out on offer, $7.19. Spencer West Virginia Police, $6.99. I had two of them. The buyer bought both of them. Oh God, the same buyer bought both of them. Next is Whitesboro Police, $7.99. This lot of 6 Pennsylvania, $16 plus 4 ship. This Irwin Police, North Carolina, sold out on offer, $5.39. And then these last three all sold together. This Highlands Deputy Sheriff, $5.99. Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation, $7.99. Then this Hillsborough Sheriff at $4.99. That, of course, didn't have where it was from, so I was in a panic thinking, where the hell am I going to find this? Luckily, it was one of the first things that I listed on this account, so it was not hard to find. Alright. Going back to the performance and sales. So, in 2023, I did gross $24,523.35. As you can see, up 80% from the year prior of 2022. I'm trying to think. I started in 2022, I think. So it was not hard to go higher. Either started in 21 or 22. So obviously being up from the year prior was not hard to do. So out of that, almost $1,551 was taxes collected by eBay. And then selling costs, which is shipping and fees, was $6,877.98. So that's a net afterwards of $16,093. Now, obviously, that's not pure profit. That $16,000 is not profit. It doesn't include. There's some shipping that I did on Pirate Ship, so that was probably another like $100. And then obviously there's all my cost of goods for all those products. So like I said, I can tell you like on specific pallets and specific lots if I've, overall if I've made money on it, as I do my cost of goods per item when I sell it. But in terms of like overall altogether, I couldn't tell you what my actual profit is. Now, every month I do run the numbers and I do see how much money I've made or lost for the month. So I do run my books that way, or but doing that, I do it as everything, all my expenses and all the income is that simple. Which I don't think is really the right way to do it, because I do it because I'm accounting for all the expenses at once. The monthly thing is not really meant for taxes. It's more just for myself, kind of seeing how the month has gone. And I haven't done it for December yet. And also I haven't, like I said, I didn't specifically go through and add up all the months of the losses and the gains and all that. So, and this will be the first year actually paying taxes, so we'll see what the damage will be. But I really probably will need to talk to a CPA and become a business this year and just have a CPA do my taxes instead of me doing it, because it wasn't too hard before now, but now adding in eBay, I don't know, I think it's gonna be very complicated. So you see, quantity sold $1,285, $1,285, which is actually down 20%. But my average sales price is way up, as you can see, at $1,908, up 125%. As you figure, in 2022, I think I sold pretty much all patches. I could probably count. I didn't sell a ton of pallet stuff or anything, because like I said, I don't even think in 22 I did pallets. It was kind of just whatever random trash find that was worth more, pretty much, and occasional Goodwill thing. So I'm going to say sales via auction way down, because I hardly run auctions, very rarely. Sometimes on some patches I'll run an auction if I think it's something that might do well. A lot of the times it doesn't. So, but obviously, then the sales via fixed price at 24,000 and 173. So then total buyers is 1,035, but it says it's down 0%. Interesting. One-time buyers is up. Repeats is way down. Probably because I was starting to get out of patches, which is where a lot of my repeat customers come from, is patches. We're coming from was patches, and that's why there's a lot more one-time buyers. And then sales by category, the top was fire patches at almost 6,000, and then the next was all those Legos at 4,400, and then the damn all those leaf blowers I was selling for my brother, 2,100. And then the toys and hobbies, action figures. I have no idea what the hell was under the action figures category, but that was $900. Then home and garden, which is the paint sprayers, 663. So you see, percentage of my sales, fire patches, almost 24%. Actually, we can view more. Chainsaws. What the hell did I sell that with a chainsaw on eBay? That would have been in that category for $572. I have absolutely no idea off the top of my head. Oh yeah, the tankless water heaters, only $395. I could have swore it was way higher than that. Sure seemed like it when we were talking $100 a piece, at least, other than the one. Then baby toys, $300. That was mostly Fisher Price. Almost $300 in deodorant. That's actually not bad. A little bit of video games, video game consoles. I'm trying to 2023. I'm trying to think of what video game consoles I would have sold. Absolutely no idea off the top of my head. I'm sure I had an Xbox at some point, would be my guess. So, anyways. Oh yeah, two dog fences, $200. So, there we go. As you can see, November, huge spike. That was all Black Friday, and then September also was pretty good as well. So like I said, there's the fees. eBay fees, $3,700 in fees, 55%, and then shipping at 45%. But like I said, I've done a little bit on Pirate Ship, so that it'll be like a little bit higher, at like 46 maybe, because it's probably is really much closer to 3,200. So, and then you can kind of see listing insights on the Legos from the two listings, the NYPD challenge coins that I had. Like I said, the deodorant, the super nice $50 Paw Patrols. That's $500 right there. That's gross. That's almost what I paid for the pallet, because I paid $540 for that pallet. So, ooh, that was great. And just a little bit of Sam's Club stuff right there. The mobile controllers, the @games, which I still have one, of course. So that is the ending of my year on eBay. So that is going to be it for this week. Hopefully we'll be back on track with making these what solds here in 2024. We'll see about that. So other than that, we'll see you guys next week.